Greetings and joining us in this broadcast. Alright, we're still here, still demonetized. You're welcome for no ads in the beginning of this thing. Alright, so we're going to take a different approach on our UFO or alien discoveries. I don't know if anybody looks into this type of thing, but here we go. Which I never really. So we're looking in slowly, not deeply, into like who builds, who goes into building of Navy aircraft or watercraft, whatever, ocean craft. Yeah, yeah. So basically, this is like off topic, sort of. Our Navy is going to be drone, like helicopter drones, flying, air drones, but also underwater submarine drones. It's all going to be a drone warfare, basically. And yeah, using lasers, basically, in our future. In case you weren't paying attention. Yeah, we're going to do MJ12 connection. We'll see what we get with that. Eventually I'm going to do a Space Force channeling. I might do that tonight, actually. So they're kind of all over the place. Hopefully you can hear me. I forgot to test that. So far, so good. I completely forgot to test that. Anyway, so I was looking into who builds the spaceship. The old spaceship. The Discovery, Atlantis, whatever else they call it. So there's a company called Rockwell. I forgot where they're located. Doesn't really matter. Obviously, there's three. They're in the title, or no, I don't think I put Rockwell in the title. Let's see here. I wrote it down actually. Yeah, obviously Lockheed's involved with it. Northrop, how we pronounce that, and Rockwell Automation. Rockwell is the one that does the majority of the assemblies. The reason why I'm getting into that is how convenient they have the capability of doing something like that. Of course, it all started around the 1940s. And, to have something like that, obviously you're government funded, most likely, to be able to even do something like that. To have the funding to who's funding that? I mean, and I don't know if they had, like, in the past, like, spaceships being shot up in the sky and they're just testing it out. I don't know where that's ever done, or they don't really talk about that. They're testing stuff out before they make the grand, they don't really go into that, do they? But either way, I believe obviously the secret space program is involved with all of this. Obviously the public version of it, to get us kind of, slowly open up the window to where things are going. Also picked up energies, obviously from the Zeta is obvious, because they're always known to be, connected. Well, they're just one of the things why they're citing, and they're curious about us. They're probably one of the most curious beings about trying to figure us out, trying to get involved with us, whatever it might be. It's mostly curiosity. Of course, they have other beings involved too, but the Zetas don't really care what they don't care if they get known or anything like that. So it's just obvious there's different ways of looking at it. So, hopefully I hit the right button to roll this. Oh yeah, we had a pretty bad storm here. Or, I won't call it bad, but we had before we go into this. So this is the storm we had this morning. It doesn't look like a storm. Looks like something else, and that's from today. It says May 18th. So, I forgot where I saw something. So we definitely had an energy shift here. a vortex opened up in this area. Now this happened right when I was going to work this morning. It rained just as I was walking out the door. Right before I walked out the door, this sucker hit. And it just blew this place away. I mean, just look at that. So it's like you can say a mothership came in. You can say that. It's like I wouldn't doubt it. You can say a mothership came into this fight. I mean, it looks like a mothership, doesn't it? Yeah, it brought it. It's kind of cloaking itself. You can say. Jeez, yeah, really. Yeah, oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, and this little Twitter says it looks like something from Independence Day. Huh. Yeah. So. Yeah, I felt more energized today than I felt in a long time for a long time. So this is Rockwell animation automation. This does not look that exciting. It's like talk about not making yourself look interesting. They're doing a hell of a job of that. I don't look at this. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, it's just one. Yeah, there's nothing to this. Yeah, it's just boring. So you go to Northrop, and I didn't even look at. I don't know. Yeah, so they're the ones that, of course, Lockheed's involved with it too, but they're involved with the stealth bomber, which is no surprise. And does that look alien, or is that just me? If you want your alien disclosure, there you go, right there. Look at that sucker. I think they still have these around somewhere. Yeah, that looks as alien as you can get. So I think they kind of watered it down. Now they have more planes that look kind of normal that are, of course, that's a drone, I believe. Jeez. So either way, it's, yeah, this is all our alien disclosure right here. It's all in where you look. You gotta look for it. You're not gonna make it. It's all through our military. It's all through the Navy. You just gotta know, have an idea of what you're interested in. Okay, this is alwayshard.com for those who are new to all of this. Private sessions. We're not a channel. If you want to get involved with all this, good luck. Good luck on YouTube. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. And I'm on the 8th. Still May 8th. My energy is shot today, so because the energy is here. Same situation here. Other channels and viewers I do recommend. Social network and entertainment for all. Here I'm going to redo this site eventually. Upgrade it. I'm going to have a new system on it, and I'll advertise it when it's ready. Because it's on the shop. I don't like Shopify. I'm not a big fan of Shopify. So it feels like I need to do something different with that. So we'll do a little promotion for it when it's ready. So just an alternative to the other one. Might be a little bit easier. If you don't like this one, you go to the other one. It's just choice. I give people options. It's not that easy to do that, but try to make it a little bit more interesting. So, all right. So I gotta go into subject matter here of what the hell I'm talking about. So shipbuildings. Yeah, MJ12. Okay, we're going to that real quick. All right, we're gonna do. Yeah, I challenged reptilians last time. I thought they were keeping a lot back, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to bring them in a little bit more. Maybe. If they're gonna. Okay, maybe not. We'll see. I think it was holding back quite a bit. Y'all came through. That was a different type of. The break contracts and all that. That was pretty powerful. Yeah, so just baby steps into the new realm we're going into. Obviously, this virus isn't going anywhere. You can call it fake, and call it whatever the hell you want. It is not going anywhere. It'll move. Yeah, it's yeah. Give it a couple years of this thing. We'll just make it work somehow. And our society is definitely going to change. That's for sure. It's changing right now. It's going to get. We're just like I say, we're just getting started with it. So. Yeah, some people wear masks where they don't need to. I've noticed quite, especially when you're running. I think some of it's, well, I guess it's a lesson, I guess, but obviously there are places where you feel comfortable, and there's places like, come on, kind of. I mean, if you're in a room with somebody that has it, I don't think a mask is going to stop you from getting it. It's not likely. Now, if they have it, it might keep them from spreading it, maybe. So, all right, blessings. All right, we're going to do a couple connections. Hope for the best here. All right, blessings, positive intentions. Greetings. We are your MJ12 Illuminati connection. Yes, we're unscrewing your planet, unlocking it from years of imprisonment. It might seem like a disease to you, what's going on, but it's actually being free from the old systems. So it is a repellent. There's probably a better word for it, but a repellent to remove the systems that are currently holding you down. Obviously, yes, your elites are going to do whatever they can to keep you imprisoned, but many of you are probably feeling you are becoming more free. It's all in how you look at it. Many are so used to the old ways. Changing that freaks them out. They go into depression. They don't know who they are. They can't handle a different setup. They can't handle this new vibration. But basically, the hold on their planet is just automatically letting go. It's just undoing the screw from the cookie jar is opening up, however you want to look at it from your point of view. And humanity can make it a positive or a negative during all of this. But the intentions of those who wish to bring it a positive will continue on. It's all on how you create your reality. Because some like the old ways, and they're going to sabotage themselves to continue that phase, as some of you have experienced it. Or know somebody. It's the fear of transition. And it's just it's the elite system falling out. It is no longer holding your planet anymore. Obviously, many are going to have, there's always going to be manipulations among it because humans aren't ready to free themselves. If you open up the cage and say, you can go now, many would just close that cage. Like, I don't know what to do in that place. Many of those have been in prison for a long time. They're free. They don't know what to do. They're roaming around and they self-sabotage themselves. That's what's happening right now. Obviously, your system isn't being fully revoked and removed, but it's in the process of it, as you can see. It's not a fast one. It can never be that way. But as you look between the lines, you see your old world letting go. And many souls are going to go with it. You always have a choice. The idea is for life to become simpler, more understanding, more kinder, and more uplifting for many of you. This earth has had enough of all it's at its expiration of third dimensional realities. It has been through it all. Now, fourth dimension realities are a little bit more complex when you think about it, as because it's a whole new energy, a whole new way of looking at things. And yes, it's like giving a caveman a car. It can be really out there. And that's kind of what you're going through right now. Some are afraid of the future, afraid of new technology, afraid of your alien energies, terrified of all of these things. That is where you're here to get used to, heal, move to the next level. Your Lockheed Martin, yes, all these places are alien, yes, companies. They're disguised, yes, but they're your elite system. You wonder why you need your Illuminati for to build these infrastructures for you. You might not like them. You might like them. Yes, they abuse it. They don't know what they do sometimes. Sometimes they're just completely bored. And they just lose their minds. They have everything. In a third dimensional level, it's hard to sustain one's sanity when you have everything. Many of you have it better because you have to, it's not easy, but you have something to do. You have to survive. It's in your mind, it's in your cycle. It's a lot of the elites done many things. A lot of them don't have the inventive spirit within them, so they kind of slowly die. You'd be surprised how many elitists are ill, are sick, have health problems. It has to do with, I believe some of you have noticed that some wealthy people are just ill all the time. They have this problem, that problem, because they're not really, they're not fully fulfilled here. They can't find fulfillment. They're those that are working all the time, like on ends meet, are sometimes one of the healthiest people. Sometimes. Of course, they might not make the best decisions, but either way, you have enough to make children and do this and that and have all this, and you'd be surprised how healthy many of you are. But some of the elitists have gotten just they have their high and then they kind of die out. They kind of continue their lives, so sometimes in their 80s, but part of them just kind of died. They're just part of the system, but they're not really there. They're kind of like an empty vessel. That's why they have illnesses. They're just not really functioning here in this reality as they used to. So, and realize most of society, you feel like you're mice in the machine, kind of just doing the everyday grind. And that is for, soul growth that's the school of soul growth on massive different levels to keep you busy. Because the third dimension in this reality, can get very dull and boring. Because you have so many restrictions. It has a certain level of learning involved with it. Now, if you can live in a third dimension reality where you can expand and grow and invent, but this one doesn't really have that. It does, but not to the full extent of freedom. Because you're learning certain type of lessons here than other planets. You're more you're learning. You notice how you're confined in the classrooms, like you're not allowed to leave, right? That's pretty much how your system is set up worldwide. You're not allowed to leave at a certain level because you're here to learn specific talents that other worlds are more freedom. Yes, they're positive, but they can't always bring full fulfillment of what you're here to develop. So, of course, we're being very vague on what we're getting into. Meaning that when you have more freedom, you learn a certain amount, yes. But sometimes you need to kick all that out and go through hell, basically. That's what we're getting at. Sometimes the hellish environments where you learn the most, they're very minute little details. Maybe you're thankful afterwards. Of course, going through it and the process of it is a nightmare. Not everybody is involved with that, but quite a few are. Fear of the unknown. It's not just fear of the future. It's just what you're here to learn. They're very hard little details that even at the highest dimensions cannot learn. You gotta, I wouldn't call this lower your vibration here. I mean, technically it is. But what you're learning here will actually power you up to a higher vibration. So it's on how you do it. I mean, we don't want to look at it as a low vibrational world. Of course, you can look at it that way, but what you're learning here is just, you're learning how to light yourself on fire. You say your candle of inspiration. You're become more precise in what you're doing. You're here to perfect yourself at a certain detail. At the higher dimensions, there's no way they can do it. They find there's a screw loose in the higher dimensions. They have to come here and screw that in. They find the flaws in higher dimensions. They'll get to this world eventually, but they're too busy doing other things and absolutely terrified of learning more about themselves. The more you learn about yourself, the more you pull out a darkness side, a lighter side, whatever it is. A lot of it's pull out the darkness side of you, so you can be actually lighter in the higher realms. If you see how much in the higher realms, how much darkness is actually found, and how much is here to release. And here we are on the world to release darkness. Get to know it, to build it, resurrect it, whatever it might be. Here it is good to know yourselves, and maybe not the most comfortable situation. Even when your bodies aren't always operating as you'd like to, that's another part of darkness. You can always bring light to it. It's up to you. It's all on how you look at how you, create your reality. You're all auto mechanics of yourselves. You're all rebuilding who you are, restructuring it, and the universe is learning from you. What can you do in a world like this? Can you make it a nightmare or make it heaven? It's all up to you. And sometimes you have to go to hell and through hell to get to heaven too. That's where the fine work is really done. That's when that's when you're really going into yourself. And and usually you need somebody else to help you with that. So it's called 2 to tango or 3 to tango, something like that. Some of you have family members that help you find your darkness, or a relationship to find your darkness, etc., etc., etc. Friend. It's hard to go within yourself. Doing it alone isn't so simple. Having someone help you is a whole other story. It could be a boss. It could be anybody. So there's always someone there to help. So what you're pulling out, what you are working on, is always never going to be fully known in this reality. Many here at Anunnaki beings that are known for architecture, building, and are not always the nicest people. Your Yahyel usually tries to stay as a secret race. Yes, they're part of DNA, but they're involved with many things. They're scientists of your planet, always on as an alien race scientist, but there's much more. Of course, you have many scientists here assisting you. Many of you are here to understand reptilian energies that's connected to your military. Reptilians and Greys are very good at hiding information, but keeping it right in front of you. Like your Air Force, your military, is right in front of you, but many are not, because it's not really called out that, hey, maybe I'd pay more attention to this, but your media is not doing that. If your media was telling your people, it's like, maybe I ought to look at this a little bit differently. Instead, they say, hey, look at this, look at that. So, alien vibrations are basically put right in your face. It's up to you too. And once even that, many are in denial. As you can see, the way your NASA is built, is the public version of it's basically the vibration of how your NASA is built for space exploration. Just what is your vibration of your Earth? What does it need? What can it handle? That's what the energies of humanity goes into. How not your elites even always don't know where things are going to go. So when they have inventions, and they're kind of amazed themselves. It's like, this is what humanity needs to grow, understand itself. Of course, there's always a secret space program somewhere echoing. Just to let you know, there's a little bit more out there. And you have that in your, if you research, can find it. You might not find much. Obviously, much is kept secret for various reasons. But that won't last forever. As many of your technologies currently has been around for such a long time. But that's for another time. Basically, your technology has always been here. It just now you're resurrecting it within your society. Doesn't mean you had a hair dryer in your past, but it depends on what past you're talking about. How far long ago it was. So, Egypt, your ancient Egypt, did have technologies to kind of like where you're heading basically, to resurrect. Because a lot of knowledge is completely lost. And they had to, like, remember many things. For downloads and all that, kind of like, as you look at your grease and all that, yeah, just some things had to stay or be remembered, re-downloaded for, as you grow. Leonardo da Vinci, of course, is another echo. He was not the only one that remembered. He's the only famous one. But there are others that drew these things out, but it was hidden from history, burned. Churches said it was heresy, planes. What are we talking about? Imagination's always been around. Flight has always been around. In the mind. You see a bird, of course, you're going to want to fly. So that's been around for centuries of thinking that. It's just your systems have destroyed it. Until now, of course. And it's the same as with the alien vibrations. Your society is kind of destroying that idea. Sort of. Not entirely, but it is kind of trying to forget it. It's just the way your world works. It says no, no, no until it says yes. Sometimes it says no for a very long time. Such as with your flight. It's public flight, at least. On planes and helicopters, things like that. So, blessings, there is another energy here. Hopefully to assist. So, blessings to you. Greetings. We are your Draco, reptilian Draco, connected to your space systems, your space acknowledgement, your connection to the universe. As we are here to help you digest what you're capable of. As you know, we see your brain very easily. We see right through you, as we need to know what we're dealing with. Sigmund Freud is very much a reptilian energy. He has other connections, but very much a reptilian being. He has given you kind of an alien way of looking at things. Psychosis, psychologies. Your space programs are always a necessity for a world to grow. You're always going to get, assistance from higher dimensional beings. You're always going to get assistance from someone. Sometimes they do give you something that's way too advanced for your society, but it can also cause great destruction on the world. So during your Atlantean time period is some of that vibration, as some of you can probably remember. But this is why your world is in quarantine. Because many aliens would like to give you gifts, but they can over-gift you, which later can destroy you. As some of you can probably feel those vibrations. It's like you might be quarantined as you are currently now, literally, in your homes, but your world's quarantined because sometimes the best gifts out there can be the worst things. And you have to be careful of when you're going out into space. When you're connecting to outside alien beings, you have to really know what you're getting involved with. Because many, are trickster beings, not always to be negative, but just to see your flaws and to pull them out. And many are just fast-moving vibrations. Some of them are archons, various different beings. They can basically figure you out in 2 seconds and test you. And either give you a massive headache or help you grow into a higher dimension, depending on what you can handle. Some can also put you in different realities and different dimensions instantly. So you gotta be careful with your 4th dimension. It can take you to new places. Basically, when a being puts you in a different dimension, you can go into a coma in a fourth dimension and nobody knows what's wrong with you because you're not experiencing another reality. So, to give you a little bit of heads up why people kind of zone out. Sometimes it's for their greater good. Other times it's just a being says you need to learn this lesson, and they help you learn it. Sometimes they're sent there for that reason. Sometimes they just sent themselves. It's like, I've been watching you for a while, and now I can finally tell you what's wrong with you. Ouch. But in your grand scheme of things, yes, you're becoming more galactic, as you can see. More symbols of space, the idea of space, more talk of it, yes. You're leaving the groundwork of your planet. Your planet will eventually turn into like an outpost. Meaning all the tests have learned, now you're taking everything you learned here and taking it out to other places, other planets. So now you come here and be only a few people here. Because it doesn't need to be busy anymore, because you're out going other places. Most will not come back here. As you can, meaning as you learn about space exploration, now you can go anywhere. Obviously, some wish to happen like right now. Understood. But that's why some of you see the future of this planet. There's not many here. Is because you don't really need to be here anymore as a future being of this planet. You can still connect to the vibrations of it. You still remember it. You know your home planet well. But do you need to actually be here? No, because you're taking knowledge to somewhere else. And that's what majority of you here wish to do. As many of you look at this world as like, I wish I was on another planet right now. You're taking your knowledge somewhere else and teaching them. And some are going to take over planets. Some are going to assist planets in a positive way. Some aren't going to be in a positive. Whatever it might be. You're here to grow the universe. And for better or for worse. So that's the excitement behind leaving this planet. As many of you can feel that vibration of. Now, some that want to create the new Earth are always going to be with this Earth, and that's the Garthian energy of basically being a positive light, even turning this planet into like a sun energy eventually. Now, we also want to say that some of these other planets that are close to yours can easily absorb into your planet also, such as Jupiter can absorb into Earth. Saturn can absorb into your Earth. Because it's technically a part of you already. So as you evolve, you're going to a whole nother transformation. That'll be more of a higher fifth, sixth. That can even be a fourth dimension, a higher fourth dimensional world. So to give you that aspect of where you're heading. So yes, we realize many wish to move ahead quickly, but obviously you have a lot of old world problems, ordeals are healing at this time. One day things will go very fast because you've learned the lessons of this world. But also we put this information out here for you to heal the soul, as we don't call it as you wait, but as you are building, you're pulling in this new Earth. It's good to have the knowledge for it to come. So when you feel that you belong on another planet, is because you're taking this knowledge, you're taking it there. Some of you might go back to Pluto and other places, Saturn. A lot of those are still in different realities, but we do see many of these planets in your solar system combining into your Earth and creating a whole new energy field. Yes, you can have 2 or 3 suns in this area of the universe. So other alien beings can come here and just connect to the vibrations of the planet. So as your Earth is now a new Earth without all the complications you're dealing with now, the alien beings just come here just to you can say some ways as vacation, but feel the vibrations of it and shift themselves. They'll take some of you with them if you wish to go and teach them of your ways. Because as a incarnated human here, you have the knowledge of your ancient beings, human beings from this world. You have all of it. Obviously, accessing all of it. You have enough. You don't have everything, but you have a great deal. Even incarnating here in the fourth dimension is not always going to be the easiest. Meaning it's going to be still very different than another world. Doesn't mean it's going to be a war planet, but it's still going to be an intense incarnation because this world is so different than other worlds. It's always going to be more denser than other worlds. Even a fourth and a fifth dimension, it's always going to be more dense because it has a consciousness of all these different beings. Everybody's here. Everybody wants to be a part of this place. Yes, they bring their egos, they bring whatever it might be. They see what the consciousness is going to make popular, such as Raw. Other beings. Nobody really knows where things are going to go while you're here. It's this humanity creates it as they go, of course. Your spirit world has a better idea, but they keep things quiet because they let you figure things out as you're here. Because you're here to invent, create, build. And you're taking this world to other places. It's almost like I know this sounds strange, but it's almost when the Earth goes more to a fourth dimension vibration. It's almost like you're taking this world and you're going to travel around the universe to show it off. Through your own energies. We'll let you connect to that one. I know it sounds a little bit off kilter, but we'll just leave you with that one. Blessings.